It is a dark forest, and we hear the crunching of grass beneath the feet of an elven figure. Talon, the man that we met earlier in our adventure, who helped us out. He's moving through the forest, doing whatever he does before he stops, suddenly. It's completely quiet, completely still. All he hears is the blowing of wind. Around him, in the forest, are trees, waving with the wind also. For a moment, in the corner of his eye, he thinks he sees one of the trees begin to twitch, begin to move, and then the tree steps toward him. He hears the shink of an iron sword being drawn.
Two grown men, just me and you, we sit and play at the table for two.
So there's a silence after that happens, after the rubble settles, and we still hear the flapping wings in the distance of her leaving Stormstone, presumably going after the next pillar.
I'm sorry, Cliff. I didn't mean to, but I could hear the whispers. He knows that's not a good enough excuse. I'm sorry. I understand if you want to go your separate ways now.
You killed him. You killed my brother. He's dead.
Drops the shield, but he still clutches onto his axe.
What did you do?
Looks at the spear. Touches his neck where the veins are coming up. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Cliff.
I thought you were good. But you did something.
I grip the spear tighter in my hand. I say, I'm not good, Cliff. I'm not. I'm broken. I'm evil.
I grip my axe tighter. And I my feet move in a position like ready to run towards you. And I'm about to run towards you. I'm about to lunge. And the second before, music starts playing. It's a song that we recognize. You sang it before, but it's coming from a flute. And we both kind of pause for a minute, like, what? And we look over at Brachus, and he's playing the flute, expertly. And he starts walking up towards us as the song swells and eventually ends. And he holds the flute, and he hands it to me. And I slowly take it.
You must understand that you two are very pivotal moving forward.
What?
Cliff, you can see the good in your friend Cal. And Cal, you can see the good in your friend Cliff. Is that not true?
I don't understand, Brachus. How do you know all this?
I have told you that a long time ago, I was kicked out of Stormstone. It was a very long time ago, about 100 years.
Brachus, I don't think this settlement was here at that time.
That is correct. I am here to tell you that you two will be very important moving forward.
How do you know that?
I was not always called Brachus the Great. It was a title given to me after I had become an adventurer. and done many great deeds. I also did not used to have this sort of accent, but it developed over the years as I traveled with an elven companion.
You traveled with the firstborn?
Yes, indeed. He was a very nice fellow after we traveled together. It is about this time that I do believe the Iron Priest will be departing. Let's set up a little camp and we can all talk.
All right.
All right?
And Cliff says,
All right.
so do you want to roll to make camp?
It's plus our supply. We could resupply first if we wanted to.
Sure, why not?
So I'm going to roll to resupply. So with my +4, I get a strong hit. Take a +2 supply.
And we were back at 5, baby.
And now we will roll to make camp, which we have a +5 to. Strong hit to make camp. You and your allies may each choose 2 options.
That I'm taking +1 momentum, which puts me at 3.
If you want to also take prepare when you break camp, add +1 when you undertake a journey. If we choose to undertake a journey. I will take a +1 to health and a +1 to spirit. So now I'm doing pretty good. I got 4 on health and 4 on spirit.
So we've set up a little camp in this room.
This is kind of the vibes of like when we were kids. When you remember when we were kids and we used to sleep on the ground?
No?
Really? We chose to sleep on the ground every now and again.
Okay.
It's like camping. That's those kind of vibes right now, because we could just sleep in beds in the area, but I think we pull out our bedrolls.
Okay.
I think maybe even in the back of our heads, even though we're going through conflict right now, we know that we want to be together.
Yeah.
My spear. I think it's an iron pillar.
What?
I remember when I was young, I had a vision for a moment back there, before everything happened. An elven society. Years and years ago. And at its center, an iron pillar. My parents knew it was dangerous. So they turned it into my weapon and sent it away with me so that I could overcome its corruption. But I'm afraid that I have failed that. It has corrupted me, and I've done something horrible today. And I will never be able to repent enough for what I've done. There's nothing I can do to undo what happened. I'm sorry, is all I can say.
You may not have mastered your spear yet, but maybe in time. Because I would say that the way you can repent is to do better. To not let it happen again. Have this thing consume you. I was consumed too. I blamed you so much for what happened to Mount. Even though truly I know now that it wasn't really you. In the moment, I was going to kill you. Until I heard that song.
Maybe that's what you should have done.
No. That would have been a mistake. I think.
I need you, Cliff. In order to get through all of this, to overcome the iron. I need you.
And I need you too. Whenever I feel a certain way about my family and what I need to do to prove myself to them, you can get me through it. As long as you have that spear. Mila can't summon that beast that she was talking about.
Maybe we should find a way to destroy the spear.
That might not be a bad idea.
I know one thing for certain. After everything was said and done, We stood there amongst the burning acid of the slimes. When you were ready to do what had to be done, and as the corruption grew inside me, there was only one thing that brought both of us out of it. The music. We can't let that spirit die, and neither of us can be a solo act.
We've got to stick together.
That we do.
Us, outcasts.
Maybe we're not so much outcast anymore.
Subscribe so you don't miss a single step of our adventure.
Whew, okay, so hold on. Before we go further from that, we need to mark something from that.
Let's just put a mark just on the upper left of our sheets.
Doesn't it feel like we should mark something from that, though?
I mean, we could mark neutralize Mila. We're stronger together.
As our bond goes stronger, we prove her wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, F it. Let's mark it on neutralize Mila.
So is that a full box?
That's a full box. We're at 5 for that. And you know what? To all the naysayers out there, I just want to say we make the rules.
Well, actually, Sean Tompkin made the base rules that we're basing all this off of.
Well, this is our freaking game. I don't see Sean around. Or any Sean that matters.
Yeah. That being said, thank you, Sean Tompkin, for this game.
We will worship you for all to the end of our days. Oh, we got a hyena that came. I didn't know another creature had already came up.
Oh, you'll know when that wasn't one. You'll know when one comes up.
I know.
Okay.
I actually, I'm feeling a little bit more jovial now. So I asked Cliff if he's got that cheese wheel on hand.
Of course I do.
And I pull out of my bag a couple supplies I gathered back from when we were at Mila's house. I pull out 2 sticks and a thing of marshmallows, and I start a fire, and we start doing some marshmallow eat over the campfire.
With cheese?
No, just the marshmallows. The cheese is a side item to eat.
So as we're eating marshmallows and are, being happy, we just hear the voice of Brackus be like,
I'm still here.
Oh, Jesus!
he's like standing right next to you.
I only brought 2 sticks. I give him my stick and I just use my spear instead. But it's really awkward because it's so long.
Well, my ride will be here soon, so your next task
Your
needs
ride?
to be given to you.
Okay, that was a lot of information, very disguised as strange sentences. Your ride is going to be?
Yes,
Alright, we're just going to let that one go by.
an old friend of yours is in need of your help. I believe you know him by the name of Talon.
Talon?
Before you do something else, you should find him first. It's time to revisit Elena the Blade.
He's full on quest giver mode now.
While you're at it, pick 5 apples for me.
Immediately X out of that quest. No, hold on, we need to grind for XP. We'll take it. Is everything alright with Talon? Is he in trouble?
Yes.
Yes, he's in trouble, or yes, everything's alright?
Yes and no. That's yes to the first, and no to the second.
I've lost everything. Just explain to me what's going on.
Talon is in trouble and you must help him. That's all I can say. I don't want to alter anything further.
What do you mean when you say that, old man?
Like I said, I traveled with an elf long ago. Much like yourself, actually. We ventured throughout the world together and made great names for ourselves. But now, we had to return to make sure everything would go as they needed to go. Is this making sense?
You're losing me. Who's this elf that you traveled with?
Well, he went through quite a beating in our early years. And at one point, he even lost an eye.
How are you here? What?
I knew that the 2 of you would need guidance. So I came here, and I've done my job very well.
I don't know what to say.
I mustn't say too much for fear of giving things away.
Can you at least tell me if I ever find my family?
That you must discover for yourself.
All right.
But theoretically, you could, things could change. Timelines and things can get jumbled together, or...
If something were to change, then you would never have been able to come back to here. And then we would never have spoken to you. Which would mean we would...
Interesting thought, but that's not how any of this works.
Let's just not think about it in that way, because it would become far too complicated.
Agreed. Well, I think my ride is here. I should be going.
Wait, where was Talon? Where do we need to go?
Oh, into the forest.
And he starts getting up and walking.
Right, into the forest.
So as Brachus is walking away, he kind of turns back to look at us and says,
When magic you need in dire times, simply sing a little rhyme.
the little light orb appears for you to harness.
I'm gonna suck that little orb up.
Oh my god! All right, so I'm gonna absorb it. So this is revealing to us that one way to harness the power of the Oracle is through song. So theoretically, I could tap into the Oracle.
So I'm rolling plus wits, which I have a +4 to. All right, strong hit. My light source track is at 6.
Okay, and
He continues to sing a vocal tune.
one that we haven't heard before
Yeah,
because it hasn't been written yet.
and he fades from view. Okay, we gotta find Forge, your father, and talk to him.
Yeah.
He was coming here.
So maybe he comes in right now.
So Forge bursts in. He's bloodied and bruised from fighting through leagues of Iron Priests. He sees the two of us. And he says, I thought I told you to. I didn't want to see either of you in this town again. What are you... And he sees Mountain. What are you... Mountain! Stand up! He walks over. Begins to dawn on him. That Mountain is dead. He falls to his knees. Son, just wake up for me, okay? Wake up for Papa. Please. What happened here?
He was killed by the Iron Priests.
Th-
But we stopped them. For now.
No. I don't believe that. What did you do to him? What did you do to my boy, eh?
I tried to protect him. I'm sorry.
I think maybe like a bell roll here.
Okay.
I don't know if your father believes you.
Yeah.
So plus heart. What do you got? Plus 2?
2.
Okay. They refuse or make a demand which costs you greatly. Pay the price.
Dang it, dude.
Really? Why would you do this to your own brother? I don't know why. Why in all of the Iron Lands you ever decided to come back here? It's because of you and your music that our family is falling apart.
And I don't know why you would assume that I was the one who did this to my own brother. I would never do such a thing. Never! But you don't care. You just think, oh, he did it because he's the bad one. He's the music playing one.
He sits Mountain down on the ground. Stands up, towering over you. Even towering over me somehow, even though he's a dwarf. You dare talk to your father that way, boy, after what you've done here. I think you waver a little bit. But Cal is there. And he places his hand on your shoulder and gives you a affirming nod.
Isn't there a move for like a duel?
Jesus Christ! Yes, there's a draw the circle move.
Doesn't
When you
this-
challenge someone to a formal duel or challenge.
That might seem good right now.
If you want to do it, I'm okay with it.
I say,
I will do more than just talk. I fight for mount.
What?
I clutch my axe. And I clutch my shield.
I fight for my brother. Because I'm the only one he has left.
Forge is slow and methodical. He picks your brother up. He takes him over to the throne, sets him in the chair, or his back facing towards you. He says,
I'm going to give you one chance to back down. If you do not, then I will be forced to kill you.
and when he says that, he turns toward you.
I look to Cal for approval.
You can do this, Cliff. I'm here, by your side, if you need anything. But focus. Hear the music. You can do this. I know you can.
Alright, I look back at my father. Let's do this.
Okay, we're drawing the circle. So it's plus heart, and you have an additional +1 because you share a bond with this community.
Okay, so +3.
Weak hit. Okay. So if you want, you can choose one of these boosts, and they're negative, and that will give you +1 momentum.
So what are they?
Your foe has initiative. You take no benefit of armor or shield. Your foe's harm is +1. Hold no iron. Take no benefits of weapons. Your harm is 1. Bloody yourself. Endure harm. 1 harm. Or to the death. One way or another, this fight must end with death. I don't think maybe you should take any of those.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's not take them.
We could also, if we really wanted to make it simpler, we could do a battle roll.
Okay.
Hopefully, we might be screwing up the rules a little bit, but hopefully that's okay.
We'll resolve this.
The battle roll.
So plus iron.
Alright, let's do it. +3.
Weak hit.
Yeah, we cut.
You achieve your objective, but not without cost. Pay the price. I think maybe we do like a health price here.
Okay.
So let's have you take 2 health, I think. I think that seems fair. And then let's have you roll to endure harm.
+3.
Which brings it to a 5, so weak hit. Alright, on a weak hit, you press on.
Okay.
Okay, so now for the battle roll. If you are the victor, you may make a lawful demand, and your opponent must comply or forfeit their honor in standing.
So we both start running at each other at high speeds. And eventually, we clash. Axes striking each other's shields. And getting in a few hits. His armor is powerful, though, and it's hard to chip away at him. So I'm hitting at him, and I'm actually hitting him, but I can't get through his armor. It's iron armor. I can't get through that.
Yeah.
And I remember what Brackus said. And I remember you tapping into the Oracle, and I remember what Talon said. And I back off for a moment, and I take out the flute and start playing a tune. But he's still attacking me, and I have to dodge out of the way as I'm playing my flute. And he almost nicks me a couple times. He even nicks a few hairs off my beard. And I'm playing a tune that will empower me. But not just me, my axe. Runes appear on my axe. This is a random axe I got from a dwarf that I'm customizing now.
Yeah.
And runes appear on it and glow blue. I put the flute back in its pouch and grab the axe once more.
I am worthy.
And I throw it. I'm like Kratos, and it goes spinning, hits his helmet, hits into his helmet, and causes him to fall over, clanging on the ground below. His helmet falls off of his head and rolls onto the ground, my axe still inside it. And he falls over defeated now. You
put your hand out and you call the axe back to you. It flies through the air. You grab onto it, and with the force of it, the helmet dislodges and flies behind you.
I'm going to stand before him, and I start walking towards him. He starts to feel fear.
He starts kind of pulling himself away from you, towards but he stops at the end of the throne chair with Mountain laying in it.
Hilly! No.
You are not worthy. So you'll leave. You don't deserve Stormstone. You'll leave and never come back. That's what I say.
Hilly. Don't do this. Hilly, please.
My name's not Hilly.
Put the axe in my belt, pick up his helmet, and put it on.
Nice.
And I walk out. And as I leave, it's like a shot of a Forge by himself on, leaning against the throne.
Come back here!
I follow after you.
All right, I need to mark something for that.
You're marking something for that big time. I'm thinking
Maybe 2 boxes.
Is that too much? I think, F it, 2 boxes. I think that's deserving.
That was
of
some
2
big boy
boxes.
things right
That
there.
was some big boy. So you're at forward progress.
So now I have a cool helmet. Oh yeah.
Now, are you going to get that in real life?
It is currently on its way. I've just ordered it.
It would be pretty cool.
I really want it. As I think we walk outside and we see, no more Iron Priests. The city still, it has fires throughout, and the dwarven people are repairing their homes and, burying the dead. And, we're looking upon the circle here. And I say,
So, what do you think of my home?
It looks nice. I guess it looks different in the summertime.
Oh, not really.
It's got a charm to it, if you will.
Aye, it does. Glad to be here.
I was very good back there, Cliff.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling good. What about you? My axe glows now.
You'll have to teach me that one. I'm feeling good as well.
I suppose we have to find Talon
I suppose so.
and Mila eventually.
And I think we start walking.
Yeah.
You walk out ahead of me. And I think it lingers on me for a minute. We see the black tendrils continue to crawl up my neck and are now starting to make their way onto my face.
oh.
I walk after you, and
then after we walk, Jeremiah says,
Those two confuse me.
Honestly, they show no remorse for what they did to us.
I know, I mean,
I guess they had their little scene where they talked to each other. and
look,
whatnot.
our bodies are still right there at the entrance. They just ignored them actively.
At least buried us. I mean,
know.
we're Iron Priests. It's not like any of the locals are going to bury us. They're going to throw us into a fire.
Well, I think without proper burial, we might be stuck as ghosts forever.
Ethereal form. Well, should we be good to transform into ghosts?
What?
Transform into ghosts.
I thought we were ghosts.
But we want to move on to the next stage of ghosthood.
All right, sure.
Just follow my lead.
I don't think I'm going to do that.
You're embarrassing me in front of the audience.
I had to get one in there.
All right, yeah. It was really funny. My brother died.
Yes, that would be funny, right? It would be funny if you're...
An emotional toll has been set upon me.
Okay.